just over 2 years ago in the city of Buffalo, New York, where I had the privilege to serve, a beautiful sunny Saturday afternoon was interrupted, and our day was shattered by news that began to spread about an 18-year-old white man who drove over 200 miles dressed in body armor. A high-powered rifle got out of his car in one of the neighborhoods in the city that he determined had the most concentration of people of color, and began shooting people in the parking lot at the top supermarket on Jefferson Avenue in East Buffalo. And as the story developed, we learned that he'd driven hundreds of miles just to find black people and kill them. That day, 10 people were killed in a supermarket in a city in the United States. That day in Buffalo, the deadly intersection of racism and gun violence came home to our own headlines in that region, like it has in so many across this nation. And as many of you have done, we prayed not as a substitute for action, but as preparation for the kind of work that's going to be necessary to dismantle this plague. In that context, we pledged to listen to and take our lead from those in the community that face those twin epidemics, how we face the twin epidemics of racism and gun violence. Those who deal with it as a daily reality, we commit ourselves to freeing our nation from this epidemic. But as you know, gun violence doesn't always make the headlines. We don't always seem to care. It hasn't seemed to move the needle the way that it needs to, even though it's destroying our families and communities through death by suicide, domestic violence, accidents, unfettered access to illegal guns, and the death amount tolls. I want to thank Bishops United Against Gun Violence, all of you gathered here who are advocates in this work, for reaching out, for attempting to make a difference, for speaking in your state houses and in front of your school boards and all around. I commend the youth and the lay leaders and the clergy and my colleague bishops who are doing this work and who are laying a foundation to end this epidemic, to rid us of this plague, to take our stand and to take our place as people of peace. In Buffalo, we struggled to come to terms on that day with what happened. And our Diocese of Bishop James Theodore Hawley chapter of the Union of Black Episcopalians summoned us to prayer with hope with this passage from the book of Isaiah. Do not fear, for I have redeemed you. I have summoned you by name. You are mine. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze. Brothers, sisters, siblings, may we together pass through the waters on our way to the day when gun violence no longer plagues our land. Continue to give our witness to this critical time.